Hey, Aso. Welcome ladies and gentlemen, call me the G Believer this way, and welcome back to another episode of Hoshizora. So, they were checking the bags of the students as far as I know, and Shinami is always late. Yeah, let's get going. Hey, you're right there, where do you think you're going? Better get a move on, Shinami. Oni-chan, wait, no wait, don't leave me behind. Isakaki-san's angry roar at my back. I rush to the school building together with Shinami. Is that this morning? You came in like pretty late, Yo-chan. Yeah, I see there's someone in my family who's woefully bad with mornings. When we enter lunch break after the morning classes were over, Asuo calls out to me, curious about this morning. Do you mean your little sister that was with you at the cafe? Yeah, the one sucking tubes of mayonnaise dry. I did hear from my sister that you will transfer together with your little sister. Yeah, she's only a year younger, so she's here too. You go to school together with your little sister. I'll wait for her in the morning as long as I can, but if she isn't ready for a certain time, I'll just leave her behind. You really care about her, huh? I genuinely don't see how anyone would arrive at that conclusion after what I just said. Of course they would. I mean, you're waiting for her as long as you can, right? Not really because I want it though. Yep, you really are kind. Huh? What's his sister's name? Fukazaka Chinami. Which class is she in? One? Right. Why is he taking notes? You know better than that. Asuka-kun is just... I just know you're trying to trick Yu-chan's poor-hearted sister into your shady circle. Do not call it shady. Saying that makes an enemy out of every single occult fan in this country. Fine, I have all the astronomy fans in this country on my side. Hey, Kokazaka, my man. Think you could introduce me to your little sis after school today? Please, Yu-chan, don't allow Asuka-kun to coax you like that. Chinami's chance I'm gonna join the Asuka. They're still recruiting like crazy. I knew that's what you were gunning for. Yu-chan, we can have you two siblings gaze at the starlight night sky together. Nah, swinging by a graveyard where jack-o'-lanterns float around together is a hell of a lot cooler. Not only is that dangerous, it's seriously eerie. Sorry, but Shinami is bad at anything related to learning, so I don't think she'll join either. So she's good at sports? I could totally use someone to carry our device and stuff, you know. My telescope is pretty darn heavy. I could make damn great use of her as a camera equipment carrier. Looks like they are both dead set on recruiting her. That reminds me, Nisan told me she was looking for an Aoi Chinami. Yeah. The family name is different though, so it appears to be a different person than your sister. Score? Looks like I managed to fool her. Why don't we make our way over to a cafeteria now? I think it won't be a problem if we save the recruitment for after our lunch. Right, don't want all seats taken by the time we get there. Kogasaka, I'm counting on you to introduce us after lunch. Oh, so you're coming too. You're seriously hurting my feelings with that blatantly displeased face, you know? Well, how do you expect me not to when all you do is get in my way? And how about we decide who he will introduce her to with a contest between the two of us who live by the camera? Fine by me, as long as it doesn't have anything to do with school subject. And then first to snap a picture of a real UFO wins. Why a UFO? Make it the new star. Either option doesn't seem to have any room for Chinami's own will. It just proves how much passion the both of them have and how alike they are. Kasame-san sums it up rather nicely. Yeah. But you see, unlike me, Chinami doesn't really care about astronomy, so I don't think she will join. As soon as the four of us start eating, I'll preemptively broach the subject. She like UFOs, do you? I sort of feel like she would be more interested in those than stars, but as her brother, I can't recommend your circle to her in a good faith. Come on, man, we'll find the alien agents that have blended into human society and see through their plot to threaten world peace. Only lunatics will do that. Right in the gut. Oh. Oh, I see. If she doesn't want to, I won't force her. You like the stars though, didn't you say? Well, more or less. What exactly brings you to like them? I guess you would just say some past events. In the past? Like what exactly? When Asuo bends forward and brings her face near mine, all of a sudden, I almost dropped my ball. Aren't you actually a lot more knowledgeable about stars, not just more or less? Back when you visited our cafe, I could really tell. Not really, I mean, I've never ever even done any real stargazing before. That's what I was thinking. So that means you only have a great deal of theoretical knowledge about stars? I guess you could more or less say I do, yeah. That's what I was also thinking. You're saying more or less a bit too much, dude. Was it like what they call a defining experience? Like you first saw a planetarium show in your childhood and then that made you want to know more? Nah, that's not it, but yeah, it's a bit embarrassing to explain the reason. To be honest, maybe I actually did stargazing when I was a child with the naked eye though. But when you used to live in Hibarigasaki, yeah, fact is, this place is a lot better for stargazing compared to the city. You can see the stars really well here, even without any sort of telescope. Maybe I got knowledgeable about the stars because Hibarikazaki's nighttime sky mesmerized me. It is quite possible that the night sky here is filled with even more stars than you will see by using a telescope over there. That is just how vastly different the skies are, simply put. Must have been around when you were in the elementary school with me, right? Asuo folds her arms and lets out a pensive Back then it felt you were the kind of boy that didn't care about much of anything, and yet you always got the best grades. Aso-san, I think you should mind where you go. I didn't mean that in a bad sense. No, don't worry about it. You're not wrong. Don't put yourself down like that. I mean, you used to be really popular among the girls for being so cool and quiet. The only reason people called you egghead was really just because the boys were jealous of you. Thanks for the consolation. I was being serious, okay? I used to display quite a rude attitude in front of just about anyone except my family and the lookout girl in those days. So then, does that mean you've secretly been an astronomy fan starting way back from your childhood days? Well, is she right, Yo-chan? Asu's sparkling face has drawn so close she is literally right before my eyes, which makes me bend backward as I answer the question. Calling me a fan doesn't feel right. It's more like a friend got me into it. A friend of yours at that time? I can't think of anyone. It is kind of awkward when she just delves into thought with her face right in front of mine. Honestly, you probably wouldn't know her. She was an upper grade. Seriously, dude? You had yourself a girlfriend way back in the elementary? Did you not hear me? Did you not hear me say friend? So, anyways, there was this girl I played with a lot back when I was a kid. It's due to her influence that I ever started gazing at the stars. The lookout in this town was what I guess you would call our playground back then. Asu finally pulls her face away from me and then comments with a bit of frustration. Now she's jealous. Never thought there was actually someone who was able to make friends with you back then. Aso-san, what you just said went past plain rude to downright sinful territory. Come on, I didn't say that in a bad sense. Don't worry, I understand. I don't think you do actually. What do I not understand? So your first crush really loved the stars, is what you are saying? Don't just arbitrarily make her my first crush, please. But yeah, the latter half's correct. That girl attended the same elementary school as us, right? Does that mean she was our upperclassman? Yeah, guess that's what it boils down to. So does that mean she's our upperclassman here at Tiberi High? I don't know that. While I desperately want to know, I don't know. Using the breaks between classes today, I once again went around and checked the third year's classroom, but my efforts proved unsuccessful. Hey, if that girl loves stars and a student here too, does that mean she will be pretty willing to join the Aso circle? Since she was your upperclassman, that means there's a chance she's the third year here, huh? I concur. If she is indeed the third year here, there is only 1 year left until her graduation, But I think it would be worth recruiting her in order to get closer to becoming a real club all the same. Hyo-chan, do you have a name? I can only throw up a self-deprecating smile as I answer. Yeah, the thing is, I kinda forget. Even though I still remember it's not even a few days ago. Are you kidding me, man? Who the heck forgets their first crush's name? How many times do I have to tell you that she isn't my first crush? Yeah, I guess not. You didn't seem like you were too interested in girls back then. Back then, either. It's a bit rude to say that so happily. I mean nothing bad by it. Sometimes you really make me wonder whether you're not actually putting me down when you act like you're stepping up for me. Alas, knock on wood for your poor soul. Oh, alas, knock on wood for your poor soul. How do you expect me to literally make any sense of that? Well, we have kind of gotten a little off track here. Hey, can I ask you something, Asuo? Sure, what is it? You don't have to get this close to me, alright? I swear she's going to give me a heart attack one of these days. I was wondering about that girl I told you I played with all the time. The lookout girl. I did forget her name, but there's no mistaking that she used to live around these parts. And she may be a student here, plus she loves stars. Asuo looks at me with puzzlement on her face. So taking all that into account, I figured maybe she already is an Clubmember member. It was a possibility that hit me while I was listening to what they said. Asuo and Kosama-san look at each other at the exact same time. As far as the Asuo circle goes, we have exactly 1 year one third year female member. Yep, her name's Suwa Setsuna. Suwa Setsuna. I slowly repeat that name within my mind and sift through my memories for anything. Did the lookout girl have that name? Nothing comes to my mind, not even a semblance of some intuition. However, that I seriously forgot her name to such a spotless extent, it is honestly pretty shocking. Setsuna senpai, the girl you said you played with at the lookout? Would you maybe introduce me to her so I can get confirmation? What? So you can give her some sappy confession, professing how you always loved her this whole time? Do I have to repeat myself? Yu-chan, do you want to meet Setsuna-senpai? Yeah, can you help me with that? The smirk surface and also a son's face that tells me she is shimming something. Whatever should I do? Do you want to see her that badly? Well, I guess I would rather like to see her than not. Oh, so seeing her isn't that important to you, huh? Whatever should we do? Asuo-san, you're kind of inconveniencing. Inconveniencing, I hope it was a bad word. My bad, I didn't mean to. That joyful tone renders me unable to believe anything but that she did. Chan, it's pretty simple path to meeting her. After all, Setsuna-senpai is an Asuo circle member. But I'm not sure I can just let you meet her free of charge, you know? As I've already said, Setsuna-senpai is an Astro Circle member. Your point being, you have to join. If you join the Astro Circle, you will be able to see her right away. Wow, I really should have seen that coming. Well, it's not like I don't want to join, it's just I have to look for a part-time job and stuff, so it would be a little difficult to manage my time. Just work at our cafe and let it all work itself out. We can just make it so you don't have shifts when we have circle activities. I admit that certainly is rather tempting. If only it weren't for the little problem. I mean, a maid cafe me. Yeah, dude, just listen what she's saying. I keep telling you, we're not. It's just my dad's thing. And he would hire a guy as well? Sure, nothing to worry about. I'm keenly interested in seeing Kogasaka-san in a maid outfit. One second thought, I would better think this through carefully. You completely ruined it with your big mouth, Kusami-san. I kinda want me a new camera, so like, maybe I should get me a job too. Good luck session. Aren't you like throwing me under the bus a little too hard? I'll think about your cafe, but could I meet this Suva already? That will be really nice and all. I may have forgotten her name, but I clearly remember how she looks. I'm sure if I just see her in person, what I have forgotten will come back to me too. Give it serious thought, okay? Promise me. Sure, I promise. Asu smiles in satisfaction. Kusami-chan, wanna drop by Setsuna-senpai's class after we are done with lunch then? I think it's the one with the black hair, actually. I think so. I suppose that is our best bet. Setsuna-senpai rarely shows up for circle activities, so we might not want to wait until after school. Does she skip often? Yeah, she's practically only a paper member. And you are sure this person loves the stars? The way I picture the lookout girl, she will gladly participate every day. In practice, it's almost like our activities are currently suspended, of course. That's because the student council is prohibiting the use of the rooftop. It's basically just stupid Komomo-chan. I just can't for the life of me understand why she is so adamantly against us. Well, to be fair, I've never really seen y'all doing any activities. So that being the case, it might be only natural that she doesn't show up, regardless of how much she might love stars or not. I see. But one day, I swear, we will snatch permission to use the rooftop from Komomo-chan. I won't forget the large remal rain I spilled on Tanabata. Ideally speaking, it would be splendid if we could achieve that before the end of the term. That's also why we gotta assemble enough members to become a real club. That's our #1 goal. Our goal's a humble one. Just the occult circle to live on for rebels. Circle, club, ain't no matter to me. Well, good luck with that. Look, why are you so cold to me? I get what you only care about, the stars and Kogasaka, but still, you are just way too cruel. Huh? Me? About you, Chan? Looking at you, it came to me that you must love Kogasaka-kun just as much as stars. How did you arrive at that? I don't see what you chance has to do with any of this. Say, are you like seriously jealous of Kogasaka's first crush? That's why you have been acting all reluctant to having a meet and dished up those conditions? No, that's totally not it. I only had a crush on him back in elementary school, so... Time feels like it has frozen in place. After that short time, like Asu's face instantly flushed red in a way that reminds you of a doll shooting up in a toaster. I'm gonna take my tray up. Asu picks up her tray, effectively hugging it, and hurriedly takes her leave. The three of watch her go, still in a daze. Then afterwards our eyes meet after she returns the tray. She breaks into dash, storming out of the cafeteria. Man, I just have this habit that I every time bite my lips, man. Every time I can't I have to stop it somehow. So I guess that means she's not gonna take me to see Satsuna. I can take you to her if you would like. Man, seems like I hit the raw nerve there. I feel sort of conflicted. Did he go now? We make our arrival on the 4th floor. I really want to see... Before I end this episode, I want to see who it is. I guess the one with the black hair. For sure. Black hair, red eyes. She had red eyes, right? I don't know. We will see. By now, this has already become the floor I visited most frequently right after my own. And the 1st floor, where the main entrance and cafeteria are located. It feels like the 3rd years recognize me too, which makes me feel seriously uncomfortable here. This is her class. Wait one moment while I go get her. Kusama-san, who led us towards the entrance of one classroom, comes to a halt and then approaches a nearby upperclassman. Probably also thanks to her courteous and polite demeanor, the upperclassman gladly accepts Kusama-san's request and disappears into the classroom. I guess Kusama-san uses the exact same politeness regardless of whether she is talking to upperclassmen or 2nd years like herself. I hope I didn't make you wait too long, Kokusaka-san. It seems like the girl she called for has come, so I go over to Kusama-san. As I said, just as I said. The younger Hisakaki, huh? Do you need something? I have someone with me who wants to meet you. You're kidding. It's her. Ah, you're the fella from before. Her eyes peeking out from behind her long bangs are focused straight on me. She has also something. This would make the 3rd year time we have talked. Oh, 3rd time that we talk. What? Have we here? Get to know each other? A few chances encounters, you might say. Kusama-san. I signaled to Kusama-san by shaking my head. Ah, I see. That's very unfortunate. What's unfortunate exactly? Well, Sami-san places one of her hands on her cheek and gives me a troubled look. Dude, explain, just explain. Explain it to her. She's tastefully asking me whether it is okay to tell her about my situation. I'm Setsuna senpai. You wanted to talk to me? Is there a girl that has a fondness for stargazing among the third years? Setsuna senpai narrows her eyes. None come to mind, huh? Doesn't she love stars herself? Would she have entered the Asu Circle otherwise? Is there any extra meaning behind the question? Well, you see, there's someone I'm looking for. That would explain why you have been wandering around us for so often. That's right. And I take it that's a sequence. I have to make my voice higher. And I take it that's subsequently the reason you frequently visit the lookout, yes? A word stamp on me. I am correct, yes? Setsuna senpai, you are prying a little too much. My apologies, I suppose that was rather ill-mannered of me. True enough, I'm in no position to meddle in your affairs. At least not yet. Why does she always have to act like some shammer? Kogasaka-san, you will have to excuse her. She doesn't mean anything bad by it. I think she's just curious. I never thought I'll find you covering for me. She seems uncomfortable. I don't mean to be nosy, but if you're looking for someone, I wouldn't mind hearing your situation out in more detail. I might be able to offer you some assistance. I already told you everything I can. A mere girl in the third year that has a love for stargazing? Yeah. Physical description and name? I'm positive I will recognize her if I see her. As for her name, I don't know. Well, that sure complicates things. Setsuna-senpai takes a moment to brush her hair back behind her shoulder. The only thing I could tell you would be to check the student registry for third years, or something similar. If the registry has pictures of the students as well, you may find her that way. The same approach I came up with. Is a student allowed to inspect the third year student registry? I can't say that's something I know. Would you happen to younger Hisakaki? Inspecting the student registry is possible as long as you have a valid reason for it. But I don't think you will find anything there. The tower song, it seems so interesting. I've glanced at them before during my library committee work, and there aren't any photos contained within. So then what? Does that mean all my leads have gone nowhere? No, not yet. My most effective approach has hit a roadblock, that is all. If she is a Hibarika High student, I can still manage to find her. So, long as my will is still there, there is a way. Documents like the individual student resumes will probably have pictures, but naturally, I don't think you will be allowed permission to look at those. It's personal information after all, an obvious infringement of privacy. Kogasaka-san. Kusami-san's voice sounds rife with worry, so meaning to put it behind me, I then take the cue. Sorry for taking up your time, Setsuna-senpai. No problem. Rather, I should apologize for not being able to offer you any help. I'll be going then. Setsuna-senpai, you should try coming to the Aso Circle activities every once in a while. I'll try. Oh, there she's smiling finally. I always say that, but you never actually followed on it. I've been seeing hints as of late that my workload will see an increase in these days to come regardless, though I'll try my best to make time. Kusami-san and I go back to the way we came. I'm relieved to know that my prior impression of her seemed to be wrong. Setsuna-senpai seems to be genuinely a nice person. Though, truthfully, I'm praying my workload doesn't actually see that increase. She likes stars that much. My mood is in the dumps. In that sense, I am grateful for class. I can set my problems aside for the time being and just focus on copying what was on the blackboard. My gaze alternates strictly between the front of the class and my notebook, converting visual information into character information, repeating that operation and nothing else. While I'm doing so, I happen to feel a pair of eyes on me every so often. Oh, that's so cute. When I look around in search of the source of that sneaking gaze, my eyes would often meet Asuo's. Of course, Asuo then swiftly looks away and faces the blackboard instead, writing it off as just my imagination. I then focus on class again. After a certain amount of time elapses, I then feel a ease resting on me again. Look at my side, and those have my eyes meet Asuo's again, which results in her averting her gaze yet again. I go back to facing the blackboard while tilting my head in puzzlement. I've gotten the impression before that Asuo has trouble not letting her attention wander during class, but this is the first time her eyes have been off the blackboard so frequently. Hey, Asuo. Asuo turns her face away to escape my gaze, so I return my attention to the blackboard. The afternoon classes continue on a repetitive sort of fashion. After homeroom ends, those marking the end of the school day, Asuo comes up to me while fidgeting around. Finally, we haven't said a word to each other since what happened in the cafeteria during lunch. I kinda wanted to talk to you about something. She looks at me with her eyes slightly tilted downwards, simultaneously gripping her skirt tightly, like she is desperately enduring something. Others might hear us here, so can we go? Her voice is shaking as her lips. When she blinks, her long eyelashes quiver, and I can't see the moisture in her eyes. Listen, Asuo. Yeah? About what happened during the lunch. You don't have to worry about it. Asuo's expression is readily with disbelief. What do you mean? Well, everyone has things from long ago they don't want others knowing about. I'm no exception. So I'll pretend I never heard what you said. I'll forget about it. She doesn't want to. She wants to confess, maybe. That won't cut it for you. Asuo then lets out the light side. Her hands on her skirt loosen as well. Really are an egghead. This time she has a heavy side. Oh well, it's fine, I guess you do have a point too. She directs a smile at me that I can't quite read. Memories? Oh, well, no. She still loves him. I'm sure you know what I mean, right? At first, I don't grasp what she means by that. Sorry. What is that apology for? However, at the very least, it is clear that Aso didn't do anything wrong. Which means it's almost certainly me who has made the mistake. I'm the one who should apologize, sorry. What are you apologizing for, silly? Good question, really. So what do you want to do? Do what? I did tell you there was something I wanted to talk to you about. Wasn't that what we talked about just now? It's something we can just discuss on the way home, so you want to come along with me? What about the Aster Circle? I'll just skip forward today. Is it alright if you just decided on a whim? Perfectly alright, I'm the vice pres after all. Well, I didn't know that. Okay then, I don't really have any plans either, so I'll take along. To be perfectly honest though, I would plan it on strolling through the town to search around for the lookout girl. However, maybe it was this incomprehensible feelings of guilt I had towards Aso that made me put that aside and say yes. Sorry, Kosame-chan, I have something to do, okay, today, so I'm gonna go on home. Alright, please enjoy your time. Oh, what do we get here? You're gonna go home, Kogasaka? You've got a problem with that? Nah, not really, just wondered. Gonna ask him out in the way? Shit. That was terribly rude. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you, Asuka-san? Guess I hit on a very raw nerve there, huh? Prying is also quite poor manners. Yu-chan, we are going! Asuka grabs my arm, causing my heart to skip a beat. Oh. I am being pulled along by her while she is basically hugging my arm. Hey, Aso! What? She yells at me. When Aso talks to someone, she gets awfully close to them. It is only my second day, yet I am already painfully aware of that fact. But as it stands, this is the first time I've been touching by her. Memories are just fragments of the past. But still. There are some memories that are just so invaluable, so precious, you never want to forget about them. You know what I'm talking about, right? I feel like I hear her say that on our way to the school gate. Hey, Aso. Okay, I'm gonna end this episode right here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed it, like it, share, subscribe, and don't leave anything out. Don't leave anything out. And as always, remember, dreams come true. So what you to do? Just believe in you, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, watch some anime for me, watch some anime for you. And while at our garden, darling and Franks and Koi, wow, me, I got it, no you need. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy watching.